Conor McGregor. McGregor was the first champion to hold both belts simultaneously. After joining the UFC in 2013, he defeated fighters like Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier. He then earned a title shot. However, when Jose Aldo was injured 2 weeks before the fight, Chad Mendes stepped in as a replacement. McGregor defeated Mendes and won the interim featherweight title. Later, McGregor faced Jose Aldo at UFC 194 and knocked him out in just 13 seconds, claiming the undisputed featherweight championship. After that, he was scheduled to fight then lightweight champion Rafael dos Anjos, but due to dos Anjos' foot injury, Nate Diaz replaced him. In a surprising result, Diaz submitted McGregor. A rematch was quickly arranged, and McGregor won the second fight by decision. Then he faced Eddie Alvarez for the lightweight title and finished him in the second round, becoming the first double champion in UFC history. Daniel Cormier. After winning 4 consecutive fights in the light heavyweight division, Cormier fought Jon Jones for the title at UFC 182, but lost. Months later, Jon Jones was stripped of the belt due to legal issues, and a title fight between Daniel Cormier and Anthony Johnson was scheduled. Cormier defeated Johnson to become the light heavyweight champion. Later, he moved up to heavyweight and knocked out Stipe Miocic to win the heavyweight belt, holding both titles simultaneously. St Pierre. Another double champion is one of the living legends of the sport, St Pierre. GSP dominated the welterweight division for years and defended his title multiple times. After a close fight with Johnny Hendricks in 2013, GSP announced he was taking a break from the sport. In 2017, he returned, this time at middleweight, to challenge Michael Bisping. Despite never having fought at middleweight before, GSP submitted Bisping in his first fight and once again wrote his name into history as a double champion. Alex Pereira. After joining the UFC, Pereira earned a title shot in just his 4th fight. He made the most of the opportunity by defeating his longtime rival Israel Adesanya in the 5th round to become the new middleweight champion. In their rematch, Pereira was knocked out in the 2nd round by Adesanya. Following that loss, Pereira moved up to light heavyweight. In his first fight, he defeated Jan Blachowicz by split decision. Then he faced Jiří Procházka for the vacant title and knocked him out in the 2nd round, becoming the light heavyweight champion. After successfully defending the belt 3 times, Pereira lost the title to Magomed Ankalaev. However, he reclaimed the belt in the rematch with a knockout in just 2 minutes. Ilia Topuria. At UFC 298, the undefeated Georgian-Spanish star known as El Matador, Ilia Topuria, delivered one of the most shocking moments in recent UFC history. Facing one of the greatest featherweight champions of all time, Alexander Volkanovski, Topuria displayed complete confidence, sharp boxing, and relentless pressure. Following that historic victory, Topuria successfully defended his newly won belt against former champion Max Holloway. After conquering the featherweight division, Topuria made a bold and ambitious decision. Believing he had accomplished everything at 145 pounds, he chose to vacate the featherweight title and announced his move up to the lightweight division in pursuit of even greater legacy. At UFC 317, Topuria faced Charles Oliveira and finished him in the 1st round, becoming the new lightweight champion. Henry Cejudo. Another double champion is Henry Cejudo, who in my opinion is one of the most underrated. The American wrestler earned a title shot in just his 5th UFC fight, but was knocked out by Demetrius Johnson in the 1st round. After working his way back up, Cejudo defeated Johnson by split decision in their rematch to become the flyweight champion. Then he defended the belt in a spectacular fashion by knocking out TJ Dillashaw in just 32 seconds. Later, Cejudo moved up to bantamweight and defeated Marlon Morales to win the vacant title. He also defended that belt against Dominic Cruz, becoming one of the few fighters to successfully defend titles in 2 different divisions. Jon Jones. Jon Jones became the youngest light heavyweight champion in UFC history at the age of 23 and defended the belt for many years. After a controversial period, he defended his title against Dominic Reyes at UFC 247. After nearly 3 years away from the sport, Jones returned at UFC 285 to fight Cyril Gane for the heavyweight title. There was huge curiosity about how Jones would perform at heavyweight, but he finished Gane in the first round and became the heavyweight champion. About a year and a half later, he defended the belt against Stipe Miocic. Shortly after that fight, Jon Jones announced his retirement. Islam Makhachev. Our newest double champion at the time this video is released is Islam Makhachev. Islam won the lightweight title by defeating Charles Oliveira and successfully defended it against fighters like Alexander Volkanovski, Dustin Poirier, and Renato Moicano. After years of dominance at lightweight, Islam vacated the belt and challenged lightweight champion Jack Della Maddalena. At UFC 322, Islam dominated the fight for 5 rounds and won the welterweight title, finally achieving his dream of becoming a double champion. Randy Couture. UFC Hall of Famer Randy Couture was a champion of both the light heavyweight and heavyweight divisions. He first defeated Maurice Smith at UFC Japan on December 21, 1997, to become the UFC heavyweight champion. He earned that title 3 separate times across his career, with an additional 2 title defenses. On September 26, 2003, Couture defeated Tito Ortiz at UFC 43 to become the UFC light heavyweight champion. He earned that title a second time, defending his crown 1 time. B.J. Penn. On January 31, 2004, UFC Hall of Famer B.J. Penn defeated Matt Hughes at UFC 47 to claim the UFC welterweight title. Penn then moved down to lightweight, where he faced Joe Stevenson at UFC 80 on January 19, 2008, for the UFC lightweight title, which he went on to defend 3 times. In between, he attempted to become the first simultaneous 2-division champion in UFC history, when he challenged welterweight king Georges St Pierre at UFC 94 in 2009.